Hi everyone, so this is an eye review for Adrian. So what we see here is a true brown eye, and the way we can tell is that there's no blue in it. And also what we can see here is that the eye is different in shades. So the shades of brown are very different between like where they're located around the eye. So I'm just clicking through kind of the pictures just to see more. Um, so what we can see here is around the pupil it's very dark. Okay, so that shows that you've been acidic for a while, meaning that you've been eating foods that are acidic rather than alkaline in nature. So that means, meats, dairy, processed foods, just basically everything but the fruits and veggies, okay? And it doesn't mean you haven't been eating fruits or veggies, it's just the majority of what you've been eating has been foods that are acidic. And you can actually Google like acid alkaline chart to see where the foods that you have been eating are in the chart. But we are supposed to, like as our systems have been designed, we're supposed to be on the alkaline side of things. I think we're supposed to be like about 7 out of 10, so 70%, like 70 something percent alkaline. So mostly alkaline, but we should be eating some acidic foods. But even like fruits or veggies sometimes are acidic, so they're not all necessarily alkaline. So what we see here is because you've been eating acidic foods, and especially foods that kind of gunk up your GI tract, your GI looks very dark brown compared to the rest of your eye color. So the eye color should be uniform. And I suspect that the middle part of the eye is probably much closer to your eye color, but I do think that there is also an overlay of like an acute stage of lymphatic buildup, because it goes when your buildup is at the acute stage, so very mild basically, it will show up as like a whitish or yellowish color, and the worse the stage, the darker it goes. If it starts to get into like an orangey tint, then that just shows sulfur and medications and kind of different area of stuff, but still the same. It's all built up basically. So, and what we can see here that it's the worst in the GI, so that's the chronic stage, which is the darker brown, and around the GI, which is your organs, so that's like the middle part of the, like around the iris, the middle part of going around the iris basically. It's like a lighter shade, but I don't think that's your true eye color either. I think that that's just a buildup on top. Underneath, I would say that 99% that your eyes are true brown, and within when there's so much buildup, and the picture is kind of blurry, so I'm not seeing the actual fibers of the eye to tell for sure. But it seems to me that your eyes are probably, maybe they're like a darker blue, but I'm pretty sure that they're like a true brown. But they are, I would say that they're somewhere in like a lighter brown, like a honey shade brown. The closest to the eye, like the rim of the iris, um, not right at the rim, because right at the rim it's very dark, and that's just your skin. Like that's called your like skin ring. So, and the skin ring, when you see it, when it's obvious, just like in your eye, that represents the fact that your skin is trying to expel toxins that your body cannot expel. Because if your kidneys are backed up, if your kidneys can't function properly and can't expel all of the stuff that you're eating, then it goes to the skin, and that's where we see the skin ring. And you got to consider how much your kidneys have to deal with, because your kidneys are only really meant to process things that are like fruits, veggies, this kind of stuff, which has not much filter, because the job of kidneys is to filter, right? So doesn't have to do much filtering if you're eating those kind of foods. Like, what's it going to filter in a watermelon, or like a cucumber or whatever, right? A banana, not much. But if you're eating I don't know, the latest and greatest from a certain company, ready to make, ready to eat or whatever, microwave it on top of it, or, whatever the case may be, then it's nothing but toxins. And the kidneys are overwhelmed because they're not designed to filter all this. So, and it can't stay in the body, so it gets pushed to the skin. So sometimes people with a very kind of bad situation will experience skin issues, and they start to use creams and lotions and like cleansers to fix the skin issues. But the core of the skin issue is not that they're using the wrong cleanser, it's the fact that all those toxins are coming out through their pores. And that's what kind of dermatologists don't know about. I'm not sure if you specifically are having skin issues, but I'm just seeing a skin ring, so it's not really like a bad skin ring, but it is noticeable. So I'm just letting you kind of know that if that's happening, that's why. Um, yeah, but right next to that dark skin ring that we see right around the outside of the iris, like at the very edge of the iris, you see like a kind of like a almost like a greenish, but I don't think it's greenish. I think that's just the camera color, the camera, how the picture was taken, like the whatever, how the camera works. Um, but that kind of like a subdued brown, I think that's the color of your eye. Because if you see the lighter brown, it looks almost like it's like a hazy kind of film on top right next to it, like going towards the inner part of the iris. You see that like where it starts to get lighter, it's almost like a haze on top of your eye color from the outside going in. If you understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, but definitely. So I think your eye color is somewhere in the middle between these two. Um, Another thing is I see it going more into your brain area, or your head area rather. I keep saying brain area. What I mean is like head area. Above that's the area right above the pupil. Do you see how your GI is right above, right around your pupil? So you see the darker brown around your pupil. But do you see how it goes more into the head area rather than below the pupil? It's almost like an ellipse, going upwards, the darker brown. And that's your head area, so you can experience headaches and all kinds of problems because of that. Um, and that's just toxicity being built up. So you can experience also allergies, basically all sinus problems, all kinds of malfunctions in the head brain area. That's all very, very common when you have this buildup. So just start detoxing, get the alkaline chart, see where you are, start to eliminating the foods that are making you more acidic and introducing foods that are making you alkaline, and you'll start to see the changes, I promise you. Also, in the sclera, which is the white part, do you see how there's, again, I don't know when the picture was taken, but do you see how there's lots of red in your white part of the eye? That's all gonna start to diminish as you go to a more raw food diet. I don't know what your plan is, if to go to a fully raw or basically as much raw as you can get to is better, because your kidneys will not have that much work because they're designed to eat raw. I know as a society we've been conditioned to say, oh, we're supposed to eat cooked food, but we're really not. We're the only species on earth that is eating cooked food. So, and when we cook food, as we know, the vitamins decrease, the nutrients decrease, or pretty much get eliminated almost, right? So, it's not in our benefit. It's just a habit that got out of control, really. So anyways, that's my review. I don't see anything too severe here, but your GI is pretty gunked up. So I would say that start eating better. Before you start to clean out your GI, because you can use like GI kits and or colonics to clean it out. But I would say that wait until you are having at least 2 bowel movements a day, because you need to be filtering as much as possible, and bowels obviously is the major part of that, so you want to make sure stuff is coming out before you start cleaning it out, because if you're cleaning it out and it's not coming out twice a day, then it's staying in because you're eating more than twice a day. So where is it going? If something comes in, something has to come out, so wait until that happens, and then I would suggest do a GI cleanse, and you'll be well on your way to recovery. I'm actually about to do the Blessed Herbs colon cleansing kit. Now, I'm not affiliated with them, but I just heard really good things. So look forward to doing that. And that's going to be on my channel. And I'll let you know if it works. We'll document changes in my eye because, you know, I kind of wanted to do my own update as well. So I kind of want to see if it makes more of a result. So anyways, that was the review. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you guys want to send me your eye pictures, you can do so by, I'll link all of that below. And also I have an ebook for sale, which just is a very step-by-step process of how to switch from regular diet to a raw food diet with as little kind of psychological impact as possible. So it's like it's a physical shift as well as a psychological shift, just based on what I learned and, you know, all of the information that I've now gathered. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.